Hey YouTube, Bob here. Today we're going to be looking at my 55-gallon breeding fish for profit aquarium. I've had a few people ask for updates. I've also been seriously neglecting it. It looks really bad. Everything's fine, still breeding, but it's getting a little overpopulated, so I'm going to scoop some out, take it to the local fish store, see what I can get for them, and then just try to clean it up a bit. So stay tuned. Alright, here we are. I personally kind of like the green water, but I don't like that it's killed all my guppy grass. Well, if you've been following me, you know that this whole tank has been just crammed full of it, so it's basically dead to me. Got just layers and layers of guppy grass. Not guppy grass, duckweed that I'm going to try to get rid of. And the hard thing is, you can see all the shrimp in here, is going to be scooping all this out without killing shrimp. Or guppy fry for that matter. I think it's inevitable. More big clumps down there. So really it's about removing as much as I can with minimal loss. And I'm going to be scooping up a lot of these guppies, males and females, and take them in the local fish store to sell. These bigger, there we go, bushy nose plecos, I'll be taking those in to sell. Got quite a few of them in here. Another one down here. Basically breeding size. Over there. And maybe even scooping up some cherry shrimp. They're just littered all across the bottom. Some of these are actually pretty cherry. Maybe I don't want to go off. I gotta sell some because I got a vet bill to pay for, but now that the tank is not in front of here, I can actually see them, and they're actually looking pretty dang good, I think. But anyways, gonna drop the water level down a bit, start scooping out guppy grass. Gosh, why do I keep calling it guppy grass? Duckweed. And then I'm not gonna get rid of the good looking ones, if there are any. See, there's a lot of black in these. But all the ones that are actually full red, I'll keep those, and then just sell the other ones as just a regular fancy pleco, fancy guppy like this one right here. Just all kinds of tongue-tied today. So I decided to just scoop most of it out by hand. And wasn't very exciting, so I didn't film it. Too bad I didn't own a goldfish, or I'd have free food forever. Water's still pretty green. I was hoping that a lot of the green was coming from the light going through the duckweed, but nope. Definitely from the algae bloom. And stirred up a lot of snails. So I'm going to gather up some snails and feed the puffer. Because I guarantee you she is starving. Or he. Alright, now as long as he doesn't get camera shy, we're going to watch this guy get super duper fat. And all these snails. Oh yeah. Should have cleaned the algae first. Watch as his belly just starts to look like mine. Still a lot more there, buddy. Alright, so I got my bag of 15 plus males, and then my bag of 15 plus females. Can't really get a good shot of these ones. And then I got 3 adult, well, semi-adult bristlenose, and then there's quite a few of the baby albinos in there, and some hitchhiking guppies and shrimp. So I used the Tupperware for the plecos since they can puncture bags, so I'm gonna load these up and head on out to the fish store. And just to quickly show you guys, I'll be leaving the tank like this until I get back. My local fish store is only about 5 minutes away. So you see, I got a ton more to sell in here, but just to catch those took almost 45 minutes. So I really run out of patience pretty quick. I might just, I don't know, I kind of want to work with a different strain of guppies. I've had these red deltas for a while. I know I've said that every time I've shot this tank, but I know Corey from Aquarium Co-op will buy every single one of these, so maybe one of these days I'll scoop everything out and take them in. Still got lots of albinos. The small ones don't sell that well. I do take some of them in there every time I go in, but really it's not till I hit that 2.5 inch mark that they start to sell well. Alright, off to the store. Alright, so I totally failed and forgot to bring you guys along to the local fish store. Just got distracted by bagging up all my fish and just forgot my camera at home. But that being said, I did manage to get $1.50 per guppy, so $45 there. I got $2.50 for my bristlenose, so that was about another $12.50. Ended up with right around 75, close to 75. Maybe I got a little more. And as you know, I didn't take any cherry shrimp, but he said he will take all my cherry shrimp, so maybe tomorrow or the next day during my water changes, I'll try to scoop up some of those and take them in. But for now, we are going to get back to cleaning. So now I'm just lowering the water, probably do a huge water change, maybe 75%. See if I can scrape off a little more of this duckweed. And just kind of waiting on that for right now. Dog's up and moving around. Still wearing the cone of shame. Yeah, you are. You're out of solitary confinement. We're on day 5, so she's allowed to actually get up and walk around. Still no running, jumping, anything like that. Why are you looking at me like that? Put your ears forward. So yeah, I'll chime back in a little bit and probably see what it looks like after the water change. Alright, so we're back up full. It's a pretty significant difference in the light, I would say. Now I can really see how much shrimp there are in here. I'm gonna have to see if somebody wants to buy like 100 of these. Probably gonna have to keep doing big water changes on here. Probably at least once a day for a good week. Probably just leave the pump in there because I'm lazy. Oh, in case you're wondering, I use Safe, which is the powdered form of Prime. ends up being a lot cheaper in powder form. Clearly don't aquascape this tank at all. This is just for all my extra woods and sponge filters go. Just kind of forgot how fun it is just to sit here and look at this tank. Alright, I dropped in a little chunk of Repashy in here, and as you can see, it is a feeding frenzy. Which is funny, because there's another chunk over here, and it's wide open. Apparently they all like this one better. And I didn't realize I had that many big bristlenose in here still. Holy cow. I guess I should have done this and then scooped them up. Oh, these are getting pretty big. If I don't scoop these up and sell them, I'm gonna have millions of bristlenose fry pretty soon. Actually, looking at it here, every single one of them looks like a female. I don't see any bristles. Maybe that one there? I don't think so though. Even the females have really small bristles. That's interesting. The big albino female is over here. I never really see her come out of there. That's the breeding female. The male is usually back there in that tube that you can't really see. So this is one of my 10-gallon tanks, and as you guys know, my Honduran Red Points breed every month, and I actually had a few requests. So I pulled some out, and these are the fry. They're about an inch now, and I'm not sure why some are white and some have the stripes. Maybe female male, but my females have the stripes too, so they're clearly not albino because their eyes are not yellow. So I don't know, maybe that's just the way the fry are. This is the first batch that I've raised up. Not really for profit, as they don't sell for very much, but these guys, dang it. The super red bristlenose plecos do sell for about $15 each, and there's a batch of them in here as well. So those are definitely a breeding for profit fish. I do not trade these in, I sell them directly as I get substantially more money selling them versus wholesale trade-in. So yeah, these are about the only fish that I'm breeding for profit. My Cyprichromis are breeding, but I don't sell them. Not yet anyways. Those are going to be an expensive fish, so just trying to get my colony built up on those guys before I start selling them. See, they're just all in the plants here. There should also be, oh, here they are over here. The Hillstream loach is in here, which I was hoping to breed, but even if they do at this point, the Honduran Red Points will eat them. So, but I haven't seen any breeding behavior out of them at all. And there's a couple of those in there, 4, 5, 6. I'm not even sure anymore. Well, that's gonna bring it to the end of this video. I hope you guys stuck around. I'm gonna try to maintain getting about $50 a week out of this tank, at least for the next month. I think that's gonna run it pretty thin, and I might be getting rid of most of the fish in there. Specifically the guppies. I'll keep most of the adult bristlenose, and there's a billion shrimp in there, so I don't gotta worry about running out of those. So I'm also toying around with the idea of maybe going to 3 videos a week. I don't know if I have enough content to do that. I kind of played around with it last week with doing a Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, and it actually did really well for me as far as, you know, views and retention and that sort of thing. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in long term. Like I said, I have no idea what I would fill that time gap with and that extra content with, but definitely let me know if your ideas, what you think, and I'll see if I can make that happen, because having a video on Saturday and Sunday, it really just kind of, my subscribers went up substantially, and I think it got promoted a lot through YouTube for having back-to-back videos. I don't know, just you know, playing around with it right now, so we'll see. So let me know if you haven't subscribed. Go ahead, and I will see you guys next time.